I'm Janice Swerzak, the president of the Teal Foundation, a not-for-profit organization in Lawrenceville, New Jersey that helps women with ovarian cancer and a search for a cure. I'm happy to be here with you today.
Hi, my name is George Phillip. I'm an associate member of the Teal Foundation, and we're here this afternoon to talk to Alyssa Wagner. And Alyssa, thank you for coming out today and talking with us. We greatly appreciate that. What we'd like to do to start is to just understand how this came about. So first, when were you first diagnosed with ovarian cancer?
That was when I was in 7th grade, so about 4 years ago. I was first diagnosed. We went to a different doctor, and they sort of just felt my asthma, and they're like, oh, there's something hard there, we should probably get some x-rays just to check everything out. And then we did, and it was just started to happen really fast because we got an x-ray, then they were like, okay, there's something we want to check out more, and we got an MRI. Then we went and we talked to, we have a friend who's a doctor at CHOP, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So we were there, and then we talked to surgical team. It really happened within a span of a couple of weeks when this whole thing just started going. And after that, we started talking about. We got a biopsy and saw it was half malignant, half not, and it was just yeah.
So what was your reaction to all of that?
I don't know. I didn't really have a general an emotional connection with it. It was sort of I was sort of numb because it happened so fast, so I didn't have it's not like I didn't have the time to feel it. I was just going through the motions of okay, this is happening, and then this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen. And I'm more of a scientific person where it's this has happened, this and this, and I'm okay, I understand it, so I'm gonna move through it, and it's all gonna happen how it happens.
And how did it happen in your day-to-day life? I mean, was it during school? Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, what impact on your day-to-day life did this have? I mean, obviously you were going to see doctors now.
Yeah, we did it in, we did chemotherapy in a section of, it was, we were in the hospital for around 3 days, whereas 2 days was chemotherapy, and the majority of the time we just slept because you're really tired. So as that happened there, and then they just watched me for the last day to make sure everything was okay, and then I got sent home, and I think I was home for probably 2 weeks, and in those weeks I went to school and everything was fine, and then I went back to the hospital for another couple days, and I went home, and then we did that for, I think it was 4 times we went back and forth. So yeah, school was pretty normal, I guess you can say. I was wearing hats most of the time because I lost all my hair, and it was sort of the kids were very nice and supportive. They didn't treat me differently or anyway. My friends, we got closer through my experience and everything, so it didn't affect me too much.
So you looked to your friends for support, or they provided support to you through the process?
Yeah, it was more of they provided with me support because while I was in the hospital, they made little videos for me, saying that they were supporting me. They made posters. At one point, we started selling bracelets that said Alyssa Strong, help cure childhood cancer, and so we were selling those throughout our school and everything, and all the money that we raised went to different organizations that help just childhood cancer awareness and everything. So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
How did the Teal Foundation play any role in your support?
The Teal Foundation, as I was going through it, I got a couple cards from people from the Teal Foundation, and that's how we really started to get to know them and everything. And then it was more after the fact we started talking to more people and getting more involved in them. We did Turn the Towns Teal, where we went around and tied teal ribbons around it. We went to the teas and everything, and it was really inspirational because I got to hear a bunch of different people's stories and everything.
So what you heard was inspirational to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you shared your story? I bet it's inspirational as well.
I've shared my story. I was when I first started going through it, I did an interview for a newspaper, and so we started talking about that, and it was it's kind of weird talking about it. Like, it is kind of weird talking about it now because it's sort of like almost, it's my experience from started talking about it in like third person. Like, this is what happened, like, and this has happened, and it's not, it's like,
So Janice asked about challenges, but where do you draw your strength from? I mean, you're a remarkable young woman. Where do you draw your strength from?
My family, like my mom and my dad, they're really supportive. My mom stayed with me in the hospital, so
Do you have brothers and sisters as well?
yeah, I have sisters. They were coming to visit me, and then my sister was really strong at home.
Question, Janice.
No,
So what was the actual? Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, we did talk about the inspiration, but a little bit about any challenges that you might want to share with others that might be going down that road.
It's mostly just staying positive. Cause, sorry.
Take a break.
When you're going through it, it's hard for the people around you, but it's also hard for yourself. So you just gotta, like, try to keep a smile on your face for everyone. It's the hardest part. Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I mean, they're
Yes.
trying to take care of you, but you're concerned about them, right? At the same time.
Absolutely.
That's a remarkable way of facing this issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been through a lot, obviously, and for someone like you going through this, your age, what advice would you give them? I mean, what have you learned? You'd like to say, well, when you're facing this is the best thing. Any thoughts or ideas?
Just to know that you're not alone. Because, like, my thing was like a 1 in a million chance, but when you think about it, there's billions of people on the planet, so even though it's a 1 in a million, there's still those ton of people that are still going through it. So, like, you meet people in the hospital, and like, they're really supportive, and you meet other kids that are going through stuff, and you figure out you're not alone.
So how did you deal with the treatment? I mean, did you get infusions? Did you have to go through that process? Or?
I mostly slept through it. Like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom knows every single detail of every single thing that happened, and I could just tell you that like I went through chemotherapy, but like she knows every single thing. Like I just slept. Like that's all I remember is just sleeping all the time. So
Took a lot out of you. We're very tired.
yeah.
What would you recommend the Teal T Foundation do to reach out to people in your age group? What would be a good way to get a message out about this for young kids?
I don't really know very much. Because there's social media is like a very wide spectrum, not like a lot of kids are on, so like that way. But there's nothing major that one like every single kid listens to or every single kid watches. Like everybody has their own thing. So
Okay, so social media is something. So we've got to get to Twitter and Instagram
yeah.
and get our message out. Thank you for that.
Just thinking about the process again, I mean, it's obviously a big challenge that you went through. How did you interact with your medical team? I mean, what did they do to help you? The nurses, the doctors? What support did they provide, or what role did they play? That you recall when you were awake? When you were awake?
Everyone was really friendly, and like some things, like when you have like something like in your arm or whatever, I like pulling the tape off myself because like it's really painful. Yeah, so it's like if somebody does it really slowly, like I'd rather do it myself and like take care of it that way. So some of the nurses were really nice. Were like, no, I could do it this way. It'd be a lot faster. It won't be painful. You can get it done. And I'm like, okay, I trust you enough to do that. So it was really helpful. Like they helped. They just helped like me work through it and like explain everything to me. So.
And often, as a result of the chemotherapy, you get tired and fatigued and that whole. How did you deal with that and still go to school and other activities? How did you get through that? So well.
I was really just tired the days I was going through chemotherapy, and like when I wasn't in the hospital, if I didn't feel well, I wasn't going to school because I had tutors out of school too that helped me. And then my mom sort of pushed me in a way so I didn't like I didn't exhaust myself, but I wasn't like just sitting there doing nothing all the time. Like after chemotherapy or something, if I wasn't super tired, she wouldn't just let me sit there and watch TV. Like she would have me walk around and get me moving a little bit, so I wasn't just sitting there just like doing nothing.
You found that helpful? Or,
Yeah. It helped a lot. Like as much as I was like apprehensive about it, because I was like, oh, do I really have to do this again? It was really helpful.
Looking back on it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not at the time. Right?
Yeah.
But excellent. I mean, just as a general thought, and the opportunity you have here, what would you like to add? Who would you like to thank? Who would you like to give advice to, or advice you had? Anything you'd like to say as a kind of a summary of what you've been through?
Probably not. Everyone that I would thank, I have thanked, and they know that I appreciate it. So like, there's no one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for someone, again, I mean, going through this, the fear that they may face, and knowing the unknowns, I mean.
It's just like really trust the people around you. It's like the doctors and everybody, even though like you're going through a hard time, they have your best interest at heart. So.
That's very important advice for anyone at any age.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other final thoughts on your end? We
Not
offers
bad.
a lot. Okay, just want to make sure it's not something we haven't covered.
Yeah.
So Alyssa, thank you so much for all your thoughts, and it's been very touching to hear you talk about it. Janice, any other?
Absolutely. Alyssa, you're always in our mind and in our hearts.
Thank you so much for your time.